Potential. Probably the least measurable thing ever, but once in a while there comes a show or a game or even a manga that just captures everybody's attention. But not only that, it also blows everybody away while keeping that one word in mind. Now Gachiakuta, holy shit. Not only is this series written and illustrated by the former assistant of Atsushi Ohkubo, who is the creator of Fire Force and Soul Eater, but in such a short amount of time it has been able to win awards, been recommended by authors and VTubers alike, and have an insane amount of sales for a mangaka's first work. I think everybody became aware of this series when Ohkubo said he was passing the baton to Kei Urana, the author of this series. And it makes total sense. Not only is Rudo our main character a twist on Soul and Shinra, but the art is very reminiscent of both Fire Force and Soul Eater. From character design to backgrounds to even facial expression. Gachiakuta already had an amazing beginning, and based on the chapters that are out right now, I can 100% say this series has immense amounts of potential to be massive. Living in the slums of a wealthy town that is separated by the high class and low class of society, Rudo and his foster father Recto try to coexist with the rest of the town's residents. But Rudo despises the wastefulness of the upper class. Ignoring the warnings from those around him, he regularly rummages through the town's garbage in search of anything useful or valuable to save from the abyss. A massive hole where anything considered trash, including people, is dumped. One day, after confessing his feelings to a girl named Shiwa, Rudo runs back home and bumps into a mysterious person. He gets home and sees Recto dead on the floor. After being caught with Recto's blood on his jacket, he's falsely accused of his murder and therefore banished to the abyss. He wakes up to being surrounded by trash and creatures called aberrant beasts. When Rudo is attacked by said creatures, he is saved by a man named Engine, who reveals himself to be a janitor, someone who uses special weapons called jinkies to combat these creatures. In order to get his revenge on the one who killed Recto, Rudo becomes a janitor to find information and fight his way back to his hometown. Now, apart from the amazing art, a unique world, and the interesting power system, Gachiakuta has been able to make each character truly unique from each other. Whether it be the character design, with a couple examples being Delmon, Semi, or Remlin, or how each character has an actually unique personality and goals in mind. And again, so far we're only 32 chapters into the story and there hasn't been much room to add character expansion apart from hints here and there to where Kei Urana wants to take each character. So me personally, I'm not gonna go too hard on this part of the story. The world in this series is extremely unique to itself. Not only the way the world is built up, but also the system behind it, such as how to stay safe by avoiding forbidden zones and what routes you should be taking so you can simply just breathe. Now there are many post-apocalyptic worlds within shonen, but the way the characters have to interact with this world is incredible. And not only that, the locations throughout the series are extremely unique, especially when you have the amazing art to enhance the artistic expression of that world. The art throughout this series is incredible. Character design, backgrounds, the use of inverting panels, the double spreads. I think many would agree that this is the standout aspect that makes this series initially stick out. Not only does Kei Urana have amazing art, but to truly immerse you into Gachiakuta's world, Hideyoshi Ando, an up-and-coming graffiti artist, is part of Kei Urana's team. And with a quick look into his Instagram and the series, you can also find the massive amounts of art from him that were added into Gachiakuta. And this might seem dumb to talk about, but I appreciate that rather than Kei Urana trying to force herself to be an expert in a completely different art style, she gets people that are already passionate and experts in said art style. But apart from the beautiful implementation of different art pieces, the general art is just impressive. Not only in the tiny details that go unnoticed, but it's also somehow able to depict the beauty of the power system with pages that honestly shocked me when I first saw them. Now, the power system is honestly pretty simple to the point that it was actually explained basically in one page. It is said that the soul dwells in things that are cherished, and what dwells in the trash that has been discarded. A jinky is an object that a person uses for many years and treats it with care wholeheartedly until a soul dwells within it. And it can literally be anything. A charm, a stick, scissors, gloves, that nasty ass figure you have in a jar. These are the weapons that janitors use to kill aberrant beasts. And the people that can use these powers are also known as givers. Now you might be wondering, is it really that easy to get powers? Yes. However, not everyone in this series has those powers, as the general public shuns givers with the nickname dependents, as they are constantly obsessed with that one object. But with the power system being so diverse, it gives each character's power a unique appearance, which honestly just makes it much more interesting and for me personally just much more appealing. Because to be honest, at some point you get tired of Naruto doing his 50th Rasengan or of seeing the 100th Super Saiyan transformation. The mystery within the series also leaves a lot to be desired. A couple questions that you the reader might wonder is, who is the mysterious person that murdered Recto? Did Rudo's father survive to fall into the abyss? Are the people of Sky City lying about the abyss? And how come no one mentions Rudo's mom being sent to the abyss even though they were both murderers? These questions honestly keep me waiting week by week for each chapter, and it's honestly what will keep anyone hooked to the series in the same way that The Promised Neverland did. Now, Gachiakuta is a series that is barely getting started, but still gives a lot to look forward to. Not only does this series feature characters that are extremely unique to each other through character design and their personalities, a world that is extremely interesting through its social politics, locations, and how the world works, but it also has a power system that is actually quite simple but also gives a lot of opportunity for originality. Mystery that I believe would keep anyone hooked, and art that takes heavy inspirations while also finding its unique approach to that style. There's many other things I can talk about when it comes to Gachiakuta, but if I had to break down what Gachiakuta has in one word when it comes to the future, it's potential.